So you used to be in the music business.
Yes, that's correct.
And what kind of music have you performed?
Yeah, so I used to do like film music. So I would either like record cello for movies and stuff like that, which I still do some remote work. Or I would also I worked as an assistant for a while, um, doing more like audio engineering and stuff like that. So it was fun.
Yeah, and speaking of film, I actually watched your YouTube channel and you did a re-recording of the song that they play on Up. And I have to
Oh
say
yeah.
that's my favorite. It's very
Oh,
well
thank
done.
you. Thank you. Yes, I like recreating movie soundtracks and stuff like that because they're my favorite. So yeah.
And you also do a lot of music work in the Christian community, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I don't do as much anymore. I'll play for church and stuff like that. But I'd love to get more into that as well. I just really haven't had a ton of opportunities to like collaborate with people in that field, but I would love to do that in the future. So,
Well, if there's any opportunities on my side, we'll definitely let you know.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Certainly. And do you have family relatives who have been doing music for a long time? Is that what got you inspired?
Yeah, I would say so. Me and my siblings grew up playing music. So we all played for about 10 years, different instruments and stuff like that. So my parents are the ones that really like got us into it and had us practice and pay for our lessons and stuff like that. So it's really to them that I owe a lot of my music. Yeah, I guess music. So
So what is your favorite music that likes to get you going when it comes to being creative?
that's a great question. I would say I do really enjoy I would say most music, like pop music. I love like creating covers to that or soundtrack music or even like rock and roll music. I don't know if you've heard of like the two cellos or the piano guys or stuff like that. So pretty much I would say all music is kind of like a great incentive. Um, I would say that really inspires me. But probably if I had to pick an absolute favorite, it would be like soundtrack music. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I'd say so. How about you? Do you have like a creative, a favorite type of music or something like that?
70s, 80s, and 90s, and a little bit of what we heard today. There was a TV show I used to do on YouTube. There's a web show. It was called Lakeside. It went on for 5 years, and most of the inspiration behind Lakeside came from Taylor Swift.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that's super cool.
And I actually, off topic from music, I have a California question. What's it like at the moment?
At the moment. Well, I'm actually in Colorado right now. So
Whoops.
I was there like 2 weeks ago though. So I kind of go back and forth between the two places because my family's in Colorado. Um, and I would say, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Um, I mean, like the weather or stuff like that is like super beautiful. I think I left right before it started raining a ton. I would say it's very like busy. It's a very like exciting place to be, but it can also be like overwhelming because there's so many people and they're all trying to do different things. So um I think it's an exciting place to be though. I think it's fun. I think there's dark parts to being in like Hollywood and stuff like that that I didn't super experience, which I'm grateful for, but I think it's a cool place as well. So have you ever been to California or LA?
I've never been, but it's definitely on my list of places to visit.
Okay, gotcha. Because where are you located?
I'm in Ohio,
Okay.
and weather sucks at the moment.
Oh, okay.
It's very unhealthy weather. it's gone back and forth. Like there are days it's cold, there are days it's hot, there are days it's in the middle. It's very unhealthy weather and haven't gotten sick yet.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. And you said that you were a did you say a screenwriter and an illustrator?
Yeah, I mostly illustration is what I do, but I also screenwrite on the side. I did a screenplay. It was a horror screenplay called Orlando Monster, and it's made it to two festivals already. And we're also getting it made this summer. And it's actually my first screenplay that's been accepted into a festival. I mean, it's not my first one I've written. My first one I wrote was Lakeside Jake, and that's something I hope to get made
Mm.
after Orlando Monster.
Oh, that's awesome. That's super cool. Congratulations. So, is your goal with that to just kind of like keep doing that? Would you say that's your end goal?
It's funny, screenwriting was never something I was wanting to go into. It was just something I just wanted to try at one time, just get a little experience. But I guess now it is something I'm now going into. I mean, yes, it's good to have plans in life. It's good to have hopes and plans, but you never know. Sometimes those plans go to a different direction than what you never imagined, but there's still good that comes out of it. I mean, it's still being in the art world, which is something to look forward to.
Right.
And now also going into comics.
Definitely. Yeah, that's super cool. Well, I will say some of my favorite soundtracks have come from animated movies. Like I don't know if you've ever seen How to Train Your Dragon or like
That movie.
I love the soundtrack to that movie. So
Same.
super awesome.
I also love the soundtrack to Kung Fu Panda.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I
And
love
it's
that.
funny because in the school cafeteria, because I'm finishing up my final semester, and in the school cafeteria from last week, they've now installed music, which they never had music before. They've now started installing music, and they were playing the soundtrack from Kung Fu Panda
Oh,
over
no
top.
way. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I love that soundtrack. It's so creative. That's awesome.
Uh, if you haven't read the book to How to Train Your Dragon, it was based on a series of books, and the books are actually, I mean, the movie's still great. The first one is the best, but the books are actually way much better.
Oh, no way. I didn't know they were based off of
Mhm.
books.
Yeah, you should
That's
definitely check them out sometime. My favorite book is number two.
okay. Oh, wow. I'll definitely check it out. That's awesome. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know there were books. It seems like sometimes the best movies are based off of books. So that almost doesn't surprise me.
Something my mother has told me before with the character Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon is she has a cat, this black cat named Phoebe, and never realized this, but whenever we see the character Toothless, she thinks of our cat Phoebe.
Oh, really? Oh, how cute.
Because I mean, they both have big eyes, and they also act very much alike. And me, it's hilarious.
Oh, that's so cool. That's really sweet. Yeah, I love my sister has this cat. And his name is Omen, and he actually reminds me a lot of Toothless too. Like some animals are just so personable and so like just your best friend, and they're just like little
Oh, yeah.
humans, you know. So
My dog and my two kitties they're my best pals. They're the best things to come home to after school and work.
yes, that's really sweet. Yeah, they're such big blessings.
Did you say your sister's cat's name is Omen?
Omen, yes.
Omen.
Yeah.
For a moment, you just put me in the mind. I've never seen this movie, but they've made two versions of it. It's called The Omen. It's like the child he was like the devil's kid or something. Like he has I don't know. It's a horror movie. Never seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting name.
But yeah, when you said Omen, it's like, oh geez, it's not what I.
Not what you expected. Yeah, yeah, Omen. I forget
I'm
exactly.
joking with you. I'm joking with you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
For people who want to go into music, is there anything you would say to them?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, yeah, I would say like it's definitely possible. In my experience, I think one of the best ways that I was able to like meet people and things like that was just I would just like email everyone I could, or like everyone I um admired, or people who were ahead of me, or people who um like shoes I wanted to follow or footsteps I wanted to follow in, and just like ask them for advice, or like ask them to just to chat or things like that. I think that was one of like the most helpful things I did, because that way you kind of could get to know people, and kind of pick their brains and stuff like that, without it being like any sort of like, oh, I need a job, or like, oh, help me, or something like that. I found that to be really effective. And in my experience, just from the people that have done really well in the music industry that I've met, it just does take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So it's definitely like a commitment, but I would say like it's totally possible. So it's definitely an exciting industry to be in.
Nice, well done. I like that advice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Do you
Oh, sorry.
do you really enjoy school? Do you feel like you're at a great place at school and you're enjoying it?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's been kind of hard lately because it's my last semester and saying goodbye to everyone that I've gotten to be with. Even though, yes, the lockdown and pandemic got in the way during the beginning of my college experience, it's still been fun. I mean, getting to know people and getting to work with folks on projects and things like that. But it's also difficult because of saying goodbye to all of it, and it just went by so quickly.
Mm, right, right. Yeah, that would be hard. That's always the worst about school, is that you have to end up saying goodbye to people.
Yeah. Are you in college?
No, I'm not. I went to school for about 2 years. And then I dropped out when I went to work in the music industry for a while. So yeah.
But yeah, it's although it has been busy lately, both with school and work, and also another job I've been illustrating magazines for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for this interview. It's been
Of course, thanks for having me. It's great to chat and stuff.
oh yes.